Hello and welcome back to Chapter 1, Section 2 on Elements of New Testament Greek. Now, as we have learned before in our previous section of this chapter, we learned the first 6 letters of the Greek alphabet. Can you memorize them? They are alpha, beta, gamma, delta, epsilon, and zeta. Fairly easy. Okay, now we're going to move on to learning the next few lines. Hopefully, we will have enough time to do the rest of the alphabet and you can practice before you come back to the next section of this chapter, which we will be talking a little bit on a different topic, but similar sort of thing, pronunciation. Okay, the next 2 letters, well, let's say you memorize up to epsilon, okay? Forget the zeta for the time being, because this we're gonna remember in a different manner now. Now, the next 2 letters after zeta is eta and theta. Eta and theta. So you got beta with the b sound before the eta, and then you got the zeta, the z before the eta. Then you got eta, which forms with the other letters to give the ending of their sounds. And then you got theta, which is the th sound as in throne, not as in the, but throne. So the reason why I want to relearn zeta is not in the sense to relearn it, but to give you a different way of memorizing it, which should be a little bit beneficial, which I've heard. Think of zeta as a female name, and theta as some sort of food, even though they're not. Zeta could be a female's name, but even though theta is not real food, imagine it to be. Okay? Now, we got zeta, eta, theta. So it sounds like zeta, the woman, 8a, theta. So, if you want to remember it that way, that's fine. As long as you memorize it, it's fine. Eventually you have to move on from that, but just to start off, think of zeta, eta, theta. Then the next letter across looks like our letter I. It is another vowel. It's actually eta is a vowel too, because it's got that a sound. A, as in nail or fail. A. And then the next vowel, which is the 4th vowel, is iota. Iota. Now, iota is a bit of a funny one, like to pronounce. It can have 3 different pronunciations. It can be as in the name iota, as in a e sound, like a double e as in B, or it could have a I sound as in the I in hit, or it could have the y sound, which is in yellow. Yellow. So let me give you a couple Greek examples. Okay, iota is the double E sound. Miso is the I sound. And Jesus is the Y sound. Now, the next letter is kappa. Kappa. If you think of cops and copper, even though there is an older letter which is actually copper, and then you change the copper to kappa, and you got kappa. Kappa. The next letter long, which high-level mathematics would use, not so much in the sense of pre-vocational maths, Maths A, Maths B, but I have seen it in Maths C. So lambda, Then there is mu. Mu. So to refresh, there is alpha, beta, gamma, delta, epsilon, zeta, eta, theta, iota, kappa, lambda, and mu. And mu you would have seen as micrometer, or micro as in 10 to the power of -3. Mu. Modern pronunciation is me, but do not pronounce it me, pronounce it mu. Mu. This is even the alphabet of Old Greek and Modern Greek is quite different. So now, try your hand at the first 12 letters. Did you get it? It is alpha, beta, gamma, delta, epsilon, zeta, eta, theta, iota, kappa, lambda, mu. Okay, the next line, hopefully we can get through the whole line before going over 10 minutes, because then I'll have to stop again. We won't be able to get to the last line, but we're still making significant progress. The next letter is nu, like that brand of water called Nu. 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 The next letter is xi, like an X sound. Now it is one of the odd ones, along with theta, which have different looks, which look a little bit odd, I guess you could say. And gamma and delta also, but delta not so much. But these three in particular so far are a little bit different to English or Latin alphabets. Pronunciation wise they are very similar, but they just look differently. Particularly xi. Theta is alright because you're learning in mathematics the angle of theta. Sine is like trigonometry, I think. Xi. The next one is omicron. Omicron. And it's pronounced O, as in not. Omicron. And as you will see, probably within a few couple chapters, I won't give it away soon, you'll figure out why it's named Omicron, not in the sense of grammar, but in the sense of its word, Omicron. And same with the last letter, Omega, but Omicron. The next letter along, you would know it as pi. Pi equals 3.14159, so on, so on, so on. But it is actually pronounced P in both ancient Greek right through to Koine Greek, and even right through to modern Greek. It is pronounced P, not pi. Pi is an English slang sort of pronunciation for the letter. It's not the proper pronunciation for the letter. I do not know why we got it. It's just probably just slang, English slang. So don't get caught up with that. It's just P. But as I said, like alpha, which can be pronounced alpha, if you're talking to an Australian, we should get that. You can do the same with P and say pi. But professionally, when you get into it, it should be pronounced P. I'll leave it there because it's almost 10 minutes. And I guess I'll see you next time.